I don't know what Jimmy Garropolo has over the media, but people just despise him. Like they think he's just the absolute epitome of just garbage in the NFL. I don't think it's justified. Secondly, I don't know what's the big deal with LA markets and why the media just absolutely goes nuts anytime any LA team is doing well, but it's just nauseating. I want to give credit to Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, 3 playoff games. He's played really well in all of them. Had a great game against the Bucs, great game against the Cardinals, great game against the 49ers. However, this game came down to the wire, and ultimately, a play that's going to probably be talked about for a long time is that dropped interception. Because ultimately, the 49ers are up 17-10 or 17-7, and then they drop this interception, what ultimately leads to a field goal, and then they get the ball back, they score again. Like, absolute disaster, not what you want. Jimmy Garropolo had a costly pick to end the game. Not totally his fault, but just a super unfortunate game for the 49ers. I felt like their offense couldn't really get anything going. The Rams did a good job stopping the run. But yeah, ultimately the story of this game, dropped interception, and then just the slander for Jimmy Garropolo. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And honestly, it's inappropriate. I don't get why what they have against Jimmy Garropolo, what Jimmy Garropolo did to anyone. But for me, he outplayed Dak Prescott and he outplayed Matt Stafford twice in the regular season. And he was on his way to outplaying Matt Stafford again in this game. I mean, until that last pick, which what do you want him to do? I mean, do you want a 4th and 26? I mean, he's just trying to get rid of the ball. It bounced off the receiver's hands, which kind of batted it to the defender. So it's really, what else is the guy supposed to do? I mean, Aaron Donald was coming full force at him. He's going up against Von Miller, Leonard Floyd. I mean, and then he had some great throws in this game. He had the touchdown to Kittle, and then Matt Stafford should have had 2 picks, and that pick should have ended the game. He threw it right into the defender's hands. How do you not come down with that? That's what ultimately cost the 49ers the game, because it was pretty nip and tuck the entire game. Rams are coming back. Matt Stafford throws it into the defender's hands. It's dropped, and then all of a sudden, Matt Stafford's miles ahead of Jimmy Garropolo. I mean, no, they pretty much played the same game, but I'm sorry, to be good that you need Odell Beckham Jr., Cooper Kupp, and Van Jefferson, and
Tyler Higbee,
and a top 5 offensive line, and Tyler Higbee. Oh, not only Higbee, but their backup tight end came in and was balling out and played great. Honestly, better than Tyler Higbee has played in the playoffs. And then you have Cam Akers and Sony Michel destroying people in the run game. Oh yeah, you have all of that. Jimmy Garropolo doesn't have an actual running back. He has Deebo Samuel running as a wide receiver, sure, but he doesn't have Raheem Mostert. And outside of Samuel and Kittle, Ayuk, kind of hit or miss. Juwan Jennings, not really much there. So Matt Stafford has more weapons, and also he has a better offensive line than Jimmy Garropolo. Jimmy Garropolo, you flip the switch, I feel like Jimmy Garropolo still wins with the Rams. So yeah, like Garropolo is not that bad at all.
2 things with Matt Stafford, those 2 interceptions. The first interception came in the first quarter when they were on the goal line. So that should have been a touchdown, but he throws this terrible ball, squeeze it into Cooper Kupp, bounces off, they get an interception.
Throw it behind him.
Yeah, threw a terrible pass. And then that second interception, who is he throwing it to? I mean, I think the people who were around him was Van Jefferson and Odell, but they were like 5-10 yards in the opposite direction. He throws it literally right to the quarterback. You and I could have caught it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you, because I can't really catch well. But either way, Matt Stafford threw a terrible ball. And this was in a pivotal moment of the game where they catch this ball and it's over. Game's all but over, especially if they kick a field goal or even a touch. Like
Jimmy Garropolo has double the amount of playoffs wins you have too. I mean, he's now 5-2 in the playoffs, and then he takes a team to the Super Bowl, to the conference championship, and people are like, "Oh, this guy's terrible." Like,
yeah, he's the problem.
About?
No, and this is the funny part. This is what I hope happens. Because honestly, ever since he's joined the 49ers, it doesn't feel like they've wanted him. I don't know why they traded for him. Because what does he do? I mean, yes, he gets hurt a lot. And yes, he throws some dumb balls. Okay. And maybe he's not top 10. Okay, whatever. But his first full season, he brings him to the Super Bowl. This year, he brings him to the NFC Championship game, and he goes into the fourth quarter with a chance to win the game. Okay, whatever. But, like, the record with Kyle Shanahan without Jimmy Garoppolo. With Jimmy Garoppolo, he's 35-16. Without him, he's 8-27. So what's going to happen is they're going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo because he's the bad guy. He sucks so bad. He's so bad at football. And they're going to have Trey Lance. And let me tell you, he didn't play his last season in college. This year he plays. Wasn't very good. Sorry. I mean, I know that he only played like 2-3 games. He didn't look very good. I wasn't sold on Trey Lance. I honestly think they should have taken Justin Fields over him. So they picked the wrong guy, in my opinion. I know the verdict is still out. Maybe I could be wrong. I've been wrong multiple times this season. But I don't think it's smart. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo has gotten it done.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo has gotten it done. Trading him, you kind of have to trade him, though, if you want Trey Lance, because you have to start Trey Lance because the 49ers traded up for the third pick in the draft. So you definitely have to trade Garoppolo because Garoppolo's not going to be sitting on any bench. He's like, no, I took a team to a conference championship and I took a team to a Super Bowl. So I'm going to go to another roster that just needs a quarterback, be it Miami, be it the Ravens, whoever needs a quarterback, be it Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland, Jimmy Garoppolo, perfect fit. Vikings, we moving on from Kirk Cousins. Is Jimmy Garoppolo a little bit of a discount? Washington football team, you're telling me that team's not going to win the division with Jimmy Garoppolo, who Garoppolo just outplayed Dak Prescott in the first round of the playoffs, and Cowboys are just so bad.
Frauds.
Yeah, I mean, Mike McCarthy's your head coach, so I would like the Eagles. Do the Eagles want Garoppolo? Is Nick Sirianni going to do some system magic where he has a way to incorporate Jalen Hurts and Jimmy Garoppolo? We don't know. Denver, you miss out on Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully Aaron doesn't go there, but we'll get to that later. But Denver could use Jimmy Garoppolo. So there's a lot of teams that could use him. So you have to trade him though, if you're going to start Trey Lance. But Trey Lance also looked fragile when he played. And that was the knock on Jimmy Garoppolo. So they're just trying to compete with Kyle Shanahan's like, with my run scheme, if I can design quarterback runs with a running back with Mostert and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle, but you're going to need to get Trey Lance a better offensive line if you're going to want him to succeed. But I think he's average at best, but we'll see. We haven't seen him play a full season, so you can't really make a judgment yet, but you're definitely going to take a step back once you start him. And then that first year Trey Lance starts, it's going to be a lot of heat on Kyle Shanahan because he's the guy who wanted to trade up to get him. I think Shanahan actually wanted Lance, but the ownership wanted Mac Jones. So, and that's also going to fall back on Kyle Shanahan on which one has the better career. So it's going to be tough. You're in the same division with the Cardinals. You're in the same division with the Rams, who just beat you in the playoffs. And then you're still in the same division with the Seattle Seahawks, even though not very good. If Russell Wilson is there, they can still beat any team on any day. So it's going to be a tough road ahead for the 49ers, and see what the Rams do in the Super Bowl. But